Today we're exploring exactly how many Americans have saved at least $1 million for retirement. Importantly, we'll dig into the traits, habits, and the mindsets that set these millionaires apart. Now, if our savings aren't quite there yet, I'll share practical steps we can start taking today to strengthen our savings and confidently move towards our financial goals. By the end of this video, we'll understand the landscape of American millionaires, the key habits and traits of millionaires that we can learn from, and how to get on track to build wealth. Let's go. $1 million net worth sounds like a big deal, but what does that actually mean? Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. So if you have $1 million in assets after debts, technically you're a millionaire. But that doesn't automatically mean financial freedom. As of 2025, there are over 56 million millionaires worldwide, and over 23 million live in the United States. That's a significant number. But before we assume that they're all living luxuriously, here's the reality. Most of the wealth isn't liquid. It's tied up in real estate, stocks, and business assets. These assets fluctuate in value and aren't always easy to access. And with rising costs, housing, healthcare, education, $1 million doesn't stretch as far as it used to. That's why many millionaires are still budgeting, working, and planning very carefully, because financial security is more than just hitting a number. Now, when it comes to retirement, the numbers tell a very different story. How many Americans actually reach the 1 million mark in retirement savings? Not many. Here's how retirement savings break down. From 0 to 9,999, over 58%. From 10,000 to shy of 100,000, over 20%. And from 100,000 to 499,000, 13%. And from 500,000 to less than $1 million, about 4%. And $1 million to shy of 5 million, about 3%. And those with 5 million or more, it's 0.1%. These numbers highlight why financial planning is essential. For most people, retirement isn't just about hitting a savings goal. It's about ensuring that our money lasts in a world where cost keeps on rising. So where do millionaires get their money? It's a common belief that most millionaires were born into wealth, but that's not the reality. According to one of the largest studies of millionaires, led by Dave Ramsey and his team, nearly 8 out of 10 millionaires didn't inherit their wealth. They grew up in middle class or lower income families and built their net worth through hard work, disciplined savings, and smart financial decisions. And another surprising fact, many millionaires don't have ultra high paying jobs. Only about 15% are executives or senior leaders at major corporations. The majority earn their wealth by consistently managing their money well, not just by having big salaries. Now, across studies, millionaires point to strong financial habits like saving early, investing wisely, and avoiding unnecessary debt as the real key to their success. Now, $1 million isn't what it used to be. We all know that prices keeps going up over time. That's inflation, the gradual increase of cost of goods and services, which reduces our purchasing power of money over time. Think of it like this. Decades ago, $20 could fill a grocery bag. Today, that same grocery bag might cost you $50 or more. The same thing happens with $1 million. Simply put, our money doesn't stretch as far as it did in the past. So for an example, if you're aiming to retire with $1 million in 15 years and inflation averages over 4% per year, that million will only have the purchasing power of over 500,000 in today's dollars. That's a big difference, and why financial planning needs to account for inflation, especially when thinking about long-term savings and retirement. Now, is $1 million still a big deal? Yes, absolutely. Even though $1 million doesn't buy as much as it used to, it's still a significant financial milestone. Not because of the numbers itself, because of what it represents. The truth is, most millionaires weren't handed their wealth, they built it. And when you break down their habits, it turns out wealth isn't just about luck. It's about daily financial choices and habits that anyone can apply. So what are those habits, and how can we apply them to build wealth? Contrary to popular belief, most millionaires aren't tech mongols or lottery winners. They're ordinary people who have practiced smart money habits consistently. Here are some key habits that self-made millionaires follow and how you can put them into practice. First is to start early and invest regularly. The single biggest factor in building wealth, consistent investing over time. 3/4 of millionaires say long-term investing was their #1 reason for their success. They treat investing like a bill that must be paid every month, no exceptions. Now, how do you apply this? Pay yourself first by setting up automatic contributions to your 401k or your IRA each paycheck. Even if you start with a small amount, consistency matters more than size. So, time and compound growth are your best financial allies. $1 invested today is worth more than $1 invested from years to come. Next, live below your means. It's simple. Spend less than you earn. Easier said than done, but millionaires make it a lifestyle. 94% of millionaires live on less than what they make, and about 75% have never carried credit card debt. They aren't frugal for the sake of it. They do it to redirect their money towards wealth building. So how can you apply this? Identify 1 to 2 areas to cut back without sacrificing the quality of your life. Drive your current car a few extra years. Cook at home a bit. Choose a modest vacation instead of an extravagant one. Then redirect those savings into investments. Living below your means doesn't mean deprivation. It means prioritizing your future self. Millionaires take full advantage of retirement plans and employer matches. 8 in 10 millionaires invest in their company's 401k. Most also invest outside of work accounts, IRAs, brokerage accounts to reach their goals faster. So how do you apply this? If you have a 401k or 403b, contribute at least enough to get that full employer match. That's free money. Every time you get a raise, increase your contribution percentage. You won't miss what you never see in your paycheck anyways. No employer plan? Open an IRA and automate contribution. The key is to put your investing on autopilot so your wealth grows tax-free or tax-deferred over decades. Avoid high interest debt. Debt can be the biggest wealth killer. Most millionaires avoid carrying high interest debt, especially credit cards. Nearly 75% of millionaires never have carried a credit card balance. Paying 20% plus interest on debt means less money for investments. How to apply this? If you have any high interest debt, make a plan to pay it off aggressively. Prioritize debt payment and investing at the same time, even if you start small. Think twice before taking on new big debts for things that might lose value quickly, like cars or gadgets. Many millionaires buy used cars and avoid necessary loans. Stay educated and plan for the long term. Millionaires treat wealth building as a marathon, not a sprint. They learn about finance, set goals, and stick to a plan even when the market is volatile. Many of them do not rely on lucky stock picks. They focus on broad, diversified instruments and long-term patience. Now, how would you apply this? Set a clear retirement savings goal, whether it's $1 million or more. Keep it simple. Invest regularly in index funds or target date funds. Stay informed, read personal finance books, follow reputable finance sources, and keep learning. Most importantly, stay on the course. Market dips happen, but sticking to the plan is what builds wealth over time. Building wealth isn't about luck. It's about consistency. Sure, there might be some luck, but a lot of it is consistency. Most millionaires follow simple, repeatable, actionable habits that anyone can apply. They invest early and often. They live below their means. They maximize retirement accounts. They avoid bad debt, and they stay patient and informed. If you start applying these habits today, you're building the foundation for long-term financial security and freedom. Think of your journey like planting a tree. The best time to plant was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Even if the stats show only a fraction of millionaires reach $1 million plus in retirement, you can be one of them by knowing and adopting these habits. Every millionaire was once just a regular person who made their decision to take control of their financial future. If they can do it, so can you. So here's my challenge to you. Drop a comment below with one step you'll take today. Whether it's increasing your 401 contributions by 1% this month, skip a splurge and put $100 in your IRA, or increasing your savings by 1%. I want to hear your plan. Friends, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Now, if you found this helpful or useful, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. For more wealth building strategies, you can check out my video over here. See you in the next one.